time, boys. It's time, boys. Salud, my boy.
Neil Levinson, I'm the assistant coach and batting lead for the Dragons side. It's my second year with the team, so yeah, doing lots of other roles, but mainly the batting. Yeah, the guys are excited. I think there's a lot of confidence that we got out of the One Day Cup and the 4-day series, so everyone is excited, ready to go. Everybody loves this format. You know, we're trying to just free up the guys and let them go out there and express themselves. So a lot of good energy. Yeah, I can't wait to get going. So I think, look, we've worked hard over the last couple of years on getting each batter clear on who they are and what they're actually good at and how to make them excellent at that. So knowing yourself, we always say to the guys, we want you to be the best version of yourself, but we need to know what that is. So as soon as they've kind of got a good idea of that, it's easier to transition between the different formats. And yeah, there's a lot more options and those kind of things, and you can go and express yourself, but you need to know what those are. So we had a good few practices where we just let them kind of go and do their thing, and then come back to them and say, okay, just remember, this is sort of the core of where we're going, and this is what you're good at, and these are maybe a couple of options to look at. And we want them to go and, I don't want to say be brave, we actually want them to just go and be themselves and trust themselves and know that you trust your talent and what you do is enough, and have some fun with it. So yeah, I think they're good couple of weeks, and everyone's excited, like I say, ready to go. Yeah, I think, like you say, everyone sort of knows where they're more dangerous, let's put it that way. You always need players that maybe are a bit more experienced or can control the game in a different way. But yeah, the guys that are, you know, really looking at setting their sights on playing for South Africa in this format, or SA20 or whatever it is, particularly those ones that haven't been picked yet in those formats, they're like ready to go and show. The challenge is just making sure that there's a channel and like I say, good options for it. But yeah, I think nobody wants to be labelled any kind of player. There are guys that are maybe a little bit better or adapted, you know, sort of getting going in this format. But those guys that have played a lot and that are trying to go and show their worth, they're raring to go, and I'm sure we're going to see a few interesting innings out there in the next few days or so. Having Auto Investments on board for us makes a big difference. We feel like we are, you know, catching up to the big boys and the bigger franchises, and we just feel like we're getting closer to it, and they help us so much. We've got lots of branded cars and buses, and they help with the running around day to day. And like I say, 14 games in this short period of time. There's so much traveling, and having a partner like Auto Investments to help us get to and from everywhere makes a massive difference. The guys are comfortable, they're excited, so we really appreciative of what they've done for us. I think what we always say to the guys, we're dangerous. We're really a dangerous side, because it's not we might come off and just get past. When we come off, we beat teams with bonus points, and the Titans know that very well. So they got to bring their best. They got a great side, but we know if we do our thing and play the brand of cricket that we want, we're right up there, and it's going to be an exciting game.
Hi everyone, my name is Lesiba Ngwepe. I'm a left-hand batsman. I'm a part-time left-arm spinner, but I'd like to see myself as an all-rounder in the team. But yeah, from Vosloorus in the East Rand, and yeah, I'm enjoying myself in Potch. Yeah, very excited. I had a very tricky start of the season, but obviously, like now you said, this year started on a positive note, so I'm just looking to carry it throughout the whole T20 competition. Obviously, like T20 is quite big, obviously, with where the game's going, so everyone wants to obviously do well for the team and put in winning performances, but I pride myself in 4-day cricket. I feel like if I do well in 4-day cricket, that's basically the core of all the other formats, you know. So if my game is good in 4-day cricket, automatically just flows into the white ball cricket. So yeah, I could say T20 cricket is big, but I do pride myself in my 4-day cricket. It's very exciting. The group is very excited. Obviously, we have a lot of guys who haven't really played a lot of T20 cricket on our side, so it's very exciting to see how everyone is prepared leading up to the games. The team's going in with good momentum from our last 4-day game, so which is really good, and we've got a couple exciting guys coming through, and yeah, looking forward to see what we can actually offer and hopefully win a couple of games. And you never know what might happen in the round robin stages. Yeah, definitely, because obviously it's a high scoring ground, so with a bit of bounce and carry, the ball flies. So yeah, you prepare a little bit different. Obviously, you know, they have a few like quicker bowlers and that, but you prepare like how you prepare at you prepare playing at the Wanderers, those sort of venues. So it is quite a high scoring ground, so you just prepare accordingly, but making sure that you are clear in your head. I think when instincts take over, yeah, more likely than not the ball flies. So if you back yourself, you might actually be on the winning side more often than not. Yeah, it's massive. It's really, really big for Northwest Province. Auto investment coming into our setup has been really massive. I mean, the guys, you can see how it's very prideful to see the guys coming in with their vehicles with auto investment there, and we have obviously our team buses there. So as a coming up franchise, obviously in the Division 1 team, it's really nice to see that we are also being backed by big companies like Auto Investment. So yeah, it's really good, and hopefully the partnership goes longer and longer.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello, my name is Nicholas van den Berg. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer of Northwest Cricket, and welcome to the first T20 game of the season. It's you can see the crowd building up behind me. The vibe is fantastic already. It's still early days, but I bet it's going to be a cracker tonight. We're here with the Northwest Dragons, the Auto Investment Northwest Dragons, taking on the Titans tonight in the first game of the competition. Titans got a star-studded lineup tonight, but we're raring to go and we can't wait for this competition to start.
Hi, I'm Sinuran Muthusamy, captain of the Auto Investments Northwest Dragons in the T20 format. Yeah, it's massive from a team perspective. It's awesome from a personal perspective. I'm really grateful to Auto Investments. They've been nothing but kind and hugely supportive throughout the journey, and it's been a wonderful partnership so far, and long may it continue. Yeah, Auto Investments is an unbelievable company, a bunch of awesome directors, and the ownership. We're really grateful for their support, and yeah, from a Northwest Dragon perspective and team perspective, I mean, it's awesome that we've got so many vehicles in our fleet, you know, for all the age groups and all the cricketers to be using, and yeah, we're really grateful. Yeah, it's a fantastic evening out. The weather looks really good, and I mean, I'm sure these banks will slowly start filling up even more as the evening goes on, and yeah, I'm sure it'll be a great game of cricket, and we'll be doing our best. Yeah, it's I mean, the Red Bull game makes sure that our foundations are good and that our basics are really good, and I always feel it's easier to transition from Red Bull cricket to T20 cricket, just because the basics stay very similar as opposed to the other way around. And yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It's a great event, and it'll be a few good afternoons and evenings out for sure. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Thankfully, the medical staff and medical team have got me back in tip-top shape, so yeah, I'm raring to go.
Yeah, I'm Ruben Arman, wicketkeeper batter for the Auto Investments Northwest Dragons. 100%. I wouldn't say quite a dream start because I had two low scores in the start there, but it was quite nice to bounce back from that. But I knew it was the first 2 scores wasn't really reflective of how I felt. So I think the next few scores then started to reflect how I was feeling and how I was preparing, and I think I followed my processes quite well, my routines quite well, and then luckily the results took care of itself. Yeah, to be fair, I think I was hitting the ball quite nicely to the 4-day comp as well. But nothing really changed in my process as much, in my routines. Well, different process, but nothing really changed in my routines and how I prepared. So I think T20 cricket is just when you just ramp up your intent, and I knew I was hitting the ball cleanly, I was seeing it nicely. So it's just about then really sticking to routine, really sticking to process, and then backing that it will take care of the results for you. So I think both of us started at the Titans. Was also it was quite a nice platform for us to grow because it's quite competitive. Just a serious amount of great cricketers that's in and amongst the Titan setup. So I think it was an awesome place for me to start my career. But I think for both of us, I think the move proved quite fruitful. So so I'm glad for the base I got there and the competitiveness and for the start of my career. But I think. For playing opportunity-wise, it was a great move for us to both step away from that system and go to a place where we can maybe get a bit more playing time. For him, it was straight into Div 8 teams, which I'm very, very glad about, and I'm so happy that he's had an awesome career so far, and I really hope he does have a great career still to come. I'm sure he will have, but for me, it meant to move down to Div B when the restructure came. But I'm very thankful for the move there. I think it proved very fruitful in the way that it shaped me as a cricketer, the responsibilities I had there, and just the time for me to recoup and maybe learn a whole new way of conducting myself, or just maybe finding myself a bit more, because I think it's very easy to get lost in the amount of great cricketers are there, and trying to prove something every single game, where you can go there from playing more to go there, play a bit more consistency, learn a bit more about myself, learn what gets me ticking, learn about my game, what makes me good, and then obviously just work on a few things. And then I think my agent Chris Cardoso, we were looking for a great fit all the time. So it wasn't a fact of just moving to a Division 8 team. It was a team that'll move my career forward and give me the playing opportunity, give me the opportunity to grow and further my career. And I think when the opportunity of Northwest Dragons came around, I think it proved a very fruitful one, and I think it's turning out to prove. I think it's turning out to be exactly what we were hoping for, or what we were striving for. So I think it's been awesome. I think it was quite a timely partnership that we had actually. Now we had 9 new signings in one season, and we were really looking to rebuild a brand and get competitive in the field and show that we actually are a force to reckon with. And I think for Auto Investments to show some faith, to come in an early stage when we're starting to rebuild, I think it's like I said, it's quite timely, and I think it's proving to be a very fruitful one. And I'm sure it's going to be a fruitful one still, because like I said, we're playing a very, very exciting brand of cricket, and we're really competing on the field with some really top teams, and we're putting our name forward to show that we're one of the best unions in the country. And I think for Auto Investments to show some early faith and then grow with us, I think that's what beautiful partnerships are created. So I think so I think it's awesome from them to show faith, and now it's and we like to repay faith as cricketers, and I think as a union as well. So I think it's some very, very exciting things to come with Auto Investments, Northwest Dragons, and obviously Auto Investments as well. I think it's quite a fine line between having a friendly family rivalry to obviously show you're at the right place, but I think it's a nice fine line that you balance. So by having a rivalry and having a one-up against your brother, and also having obviously helping them out as well. So and I think obviously the competitive nature is also there. So obviously you want your brother to do well, but you want him to do well in the right way by being ultra competitive and try and beating them on the field, and then afterwards you can have a beer and say, oh, nice, well done, you scored 100 and you deserved it, or thanks boy, got your wicket early. Well, I think it's no secrets I wouldn't share in any case. But I'll flip the coin and say, George, just play your game, and I'll build him up a bit, but then I'll help my team out as much as I can, because obviously I want to win as well. So.
I'm Michael Pretorius. I'm batting all-rounder. Now I'm more of a batting all-rounder, but I think this year it's started to come through a bit better. Obviously, I want to cement my role as a proper bowling all-rounder, but yeah, it is. it's been a while. There's a lot of guys that back me to do that, but there's also a lot of coaches that never really pushed me to go up the order. But so I think this year it helped a little bit, getting that responsibility and actually showing that it can happen. And I just think from now on it's just upwards. Yannick, it's a good brand. Auto Investment has been good for us, and knowing that they also want to grow with us and not just looking for something that we can get out of them. And I think they get that same sense of feeling that we also want to grow with them and grow their brand. It's not just about us, and it's obviously not just about them. But I enjoy, they're friendly people. Every time I stop at Auto Investments all around the country, they're always friendly. And it's like we've known each other for years, and I think that says a lot about their brand and what they're also trying to create. It's nice from day one. As well, they were keen for everything, and they're open to new discussions and what we need to do and what we can do. And I think for that, it says a lot about a brand. Yeah, definitely. I think it's all about momentum, Nick. It's you try and take what you can from a previous tournament and not just necessarily put a label on it that it is a Red Bull thing or this or that. So for me, it's just about momentum, carrying it over, and naturally you'll switch into a new format a bit better and quickly if you are ready and if you are in form. But for me, it's no, I don't really. I take a lot out of it. I think a lot of the skills that you use in Red Bull cricket, you also use here. Obviously, your slow balls and Yorks and stuff is different, but your technique and your basics and how you set up the game, I think it's a lot the same. All the cricket really came from Red Bull cricket, and I think that is a big thing that guys can just use going into stuff like this. For me, tournaments and stuff, I'm fortunate to have been to play in them, and a lot of the times that's exactly what they talk about. You have to bowl test match lengths, and so it doesn't really change too much. I think it's small tweaks here and there on different batters and stuff, but I think the concept's the same. Definitely, yeah. We've got a young side, and it helps in a way, and to some people it might feel like it puts you back a bit, but I think for us we learn quickly, and it's almost a type of underdog thing, and I think that's a good thing for us. We're sitting in a very good mental space and momentum as well. Durban was a bit of a funny game with rain always affecting both teams, but I think what we've been doing and where we're trying to go. And we've played very good games. Unfortunately, we did not win them, but it was good games, and we can learn a lot from it. I think from now on forward, you can't say we're gonna win everything, but I think we're really gonna compete to hopefully to play in the finals again. Yeah, body's good. The toe sometimes every now and then a bit niggleish, but I know it's all healed up and good to go. So try and put that aside and not really let it affect you. But yeah, it's good. Body feels good. I'm still young, man, so it helps.
Hi, I'm Craig Alexander, head coach of the Auto Investment Northwest Dragons for the past 3 years. Yeah, no, perfect. I think 14 games has never been played over the past few years. Double-header round, and I think we played good cricket so far, man. I think it was one blowout game against the Lions, but I think we fell short with the result against the other teams, other games. So momentum is a massive thing. I think we found momentum quite early in the competition, I feel, but now the tide has turned, and with the results as well. So yeah, still a long competition, still 9 games left. So good for us. I think the only thing that we really focused on throughout the season was our mindsets. There's a lot of chat that happens behind the scene. We know with the 4-day break in between the two competitions was a bit tough to get some practice in and get the guys competitive juices flowing with the T20s. But it was mainly a discussion of the mindset change. I think our options still remain the same, but it's a bit more risk that's been taken, more calculated risk that will be taken now. But I think we found it pretty easy. But like I say, with so little time, it's more a mindset change. Yeah, I think Auto Investment makes a massive difference to our team. I think we've been fighting for a title sponsor for quite a few years, and I think it just plays a bit of evidence on how our performance has been. I think with us on the field, it does play a big impact on how much sponsors we get, and I think just to put it out there, we've been playing good cricket, and I'm so happy that Auto Investment saw the opportunity with us, and I'm so glad that they they shook hands on the deal, and it plays makes a massive difference in the change room as well. Yeah, I think one of the things that we, as any franchise, want to do is, play good cricket at home. We want to get the crowd behind us. We want to play pleasing cricket to them so that they enjoy coming to watch us at our home ground. What I must say is we don't look too far ahead. We really just look at one game at a time. I know, beginning of the season we want to win all 3 trophies, but I mean at this stage we've got 1 trophy ahead of us now that we have our eyes on, but our processes are far more important, so we try and keep our focus on the controllables and what we've been following for the past few months as well. Yeah, look, I think with the batters there's been a few obviously putting their hands up. Ruben's obviously ran with that momentum for the past few games, which is nice to see, but the young Mikael, he can win a game for you in a power play. Ruben Herman showed, not Ruben Herman, René van Tonder showed a bit of form now and then. But yeah, I think a few guys that can put their hand up this game, probably Duan Jansen. I'll say him to watch out for for this game.
Go to 50.